Okay, so welcome everyone to who's watching this presently, and welcome to everyone watching this as a recording. This is a Yoga Nidra session which is going to last about 45 minutes. And so for the next 45 minutes, you're just welcome and invited to lay down and just do nothing, to be, as it were. The body is just quite naturally capable of looking after itself, relaxing itself without any sense of a doer whatsoever. And so there's nothing to be done here. There's nothing that needs to happen. No achievement, nothing to accomplish, no one to be, no one to not be, just this, relaxing in this, as this. No rush. And as we're settling down here, before we get totally immersed in this exercise, just make sure you are as comfortable as you can be. And so if you need to make any adjustments now, so that you might not be uncomfortable or disturbed during the rest of the exercise, you can make little adjustments to the position of the body, the arrangement of clothes, garments enveloping the body, making sure nothing is caught in the hair or anywhere else. You can always place a pillow underneath the knees and behind the head. You might even have access to an eye pillow and little things like that, just making the necessary arrangements and preparations for a really deeply restorative Yoga Nidra session. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to be done. There's nowhere to be going, and there's nowhere to remain. There's nothing to be. There's no one to be. There just is this. So, just settling in. There's just settling in. And the body will just naturally and intuitively find itself settling deeper and deeper. Any stresses or tensions in the body, fully invited to relax now. And it just may take a little while for the apparent momentum in the body, the nervous system, the brain, to just kind of slow itself down. Sometimes there can be a little bit of discomfort when the body actually just stops completely. Everything that it's doing takes time to just be. And so it really is given time to just settle. Everything's settling down, like the flakes in a snow globe. All of the energy apparently gathered and circulating around everywhere can just fall back down to the surface that lends support to the body. And you can really feel that contact the body makes with the ground, the chair, the bed, the mat, the surface. Feeling that support beneath the body, the weight of the body. The body is allowed to be heavy here. It doesn't need to hold on to anything. It can just simply relax, just as it is. Nothing is required. Body can really just surrender, letting go, feeling into the support deeper and deeper. Tension just dissolving, slipping away. And if you haven't already, you can close your eyes down. And again, support, feel the support, feel the legs or the feet connecting to the ground, the back of the legs, the backside, feeling the torso, shoulder blades collapsing into the ground deeper and deeper. And feeling the weight of the arms and the hands deeply, heavily resting. And the back of the neck, the back of the head, heavy as can be. And you might notice by this point the absence of a need for instruction, the absence of a need to be told what to do, or what to be, where to divert or direct attention next. It's simply open, wide open. Relaxation, entering into all of the cells and the tissues in the body, the glands and the organs, wide open. The muscles, the fibers, the ligaments, the joints, everything is open. Body is open, relaxed, grounded. It's felt to be resting. So just laying back into that embrace, the embrace of the earth, so to speak. The body is just completely allowed to surrender. And you might find that there is some kind of desire here to be relaxed, to feel a little bit more ease, a little bit more comfort, or something else that might be serving the body-brain system. And if you have a particular desire for this exercise, you can just gently recite that now. It's called a sankalpa, an intention set in the present tense for what is already. For example, if there's a desire to be relaxed, it can just simply speak itself. I am relaxed. And now that we are somewhat settled and a little bit deeper into this Yoga Nidra deep relaxation, we can just gently explore a rotation of sensation. And I'm going to invite us to just imagine that sensation could fully open up into the center of the forehead. This is where the rotation begins today. So just feeling into the center of the forehead. And deep behind the forehead into the pineal gland, sometimes called the third eye or the first eye. Feel that point between the eyebrows. And journeying outwards to the temples, the left and right temple simultaneously. No intention to change anything, but just feeling the sensation of the temples. And feeling the whole of the forehead and the temples. And feeling the left and the right eye, left and right eyes simultaneously. Like glowing jewels of vibrant sensation, relaxed. The eyes are relaxed, and all of the little muscles around the eyes are relaxed. And feeling the cheekbones just beneath the eyes, underneath the eyes. And the cheeks, left cheek and right cheek, simultaneously relaxing. And feeling the bridge of the nose, the left nostril and the right nostril. Feeling the warm or cool air coming in and out through the nostrils. And feeling into the upper lip and the lower lip, connecting gently together. And feeling the chin, gentle and delicate. And then sensation can migrate up the chin, up the jawline either side, and feel into the hinges of the jaw. Feeling the hinges of the jaw. Inviting the hinges of the jaw to relax. And feeling into the left ear, all of the earlobe, the folds of the left ear, and deep inside the left ear. And feel into the right ear, the earlobe, the folds of the right ear. And deep inside the right ear. And can you imagine deeper inside the brain, in between the left ear and the right ear? Just imagine the depth of the cranium, the brain, and you might even imagine that the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of the brain simultaneously, and as though there was stress in the brain, like closed hands, on the next exhale, you could just imagine both left hemisphere and right hemisphere opening up. Relaxation into the entire cranium, the head, and the brain. Opening up. And then you might just feel into the crown of the head and the back of the head. Sensation and vibration, opening up and relaxing around the whole of the cranium. Relaxation across the scalp. And relaxation journeying down the back of the neck. The cervical region of the spine that connects the skull to the spinal cord, and feeling all of the surrounding muscles like caramel just melting away. And you might further feel into the right shoulder, from the neck to the right shoulder, and feeling down the right arm towards the right elbow. The right forearm, and into the right wrist. A sensation opening up into the right palm. And feeling the tip of the right thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and little finger. All fingers and thumb together. And the whole right hand, the back of the hand, the palm of the hand. Right forearm, right elbow, right bicep and tricep, right shoulder. And then migrating over to the right chest, the sternum, the center of the chest, the left side of the chest, and into the left shoulder. The neck and the left shoulder. Relaxation trickling down the left shoulder into the left arm, left elbow, left forearm, left wrist, palm of the left hand, and feeling sensation vibrant in the left thumb, First finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger. Sensation and vibration radiantly open in the whole of the left hand, the back of the hand, the palm of the hand, and back up to the left forearm, elbow, bicep and tricep, left shoulder. Feeling the left side of the chest and the right side of the chest, and the sternum, the breastbone, center of the chest, open, the heart center, open. And then sensation migrating down the chest into the diaphragm and the rib cage. Feeling down further into the abdomen, the belly. And noticing here the breath moving in the belly, the movement of the belly influenced by the breathing pattern. Feeling the navel, the belly button, gently moving in and out like an ocean tide, in and out, gently coming in and gently rolling out. And then feeling into the hips and the pelvis, the pelvic bowl and the pelvic floor. Feel into this deep region. And then feeling into the right hip joint and the right hip bone. And sensation journeying down the right leg into the femur, the quadriceps, the hamstrings on the back of the right leg, the adductors and abductors on the inside and the outside of the right upper leg, and then the right knee, the right shin, the right calf muscles, down to the right ankle, and the heel of the right foot, sole of the right foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. All 5 toes of the right foot. Right ankle, lower leg, knee, upper leg, right hip. And feeling into the entire pelvis again, the whole pelvic bowl, the pelvic floor. and the left hip joint, the left hip bone, alive and radiant with sensation, traveling down into the left upper leg with the femur, the quadriceps, hamstrings, adductors and abductor muscles on the front, the back and either side of the leg. And feeling the left knee, the left shin, left calf muscles, the left ankle, and the heel of the left foot. Feeling the sole of the left foot. And the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. All 5 toes of the left foot. Feeling the whole of the left foot. And the ankle, back up, the calves and the shin bone, left knee, left upper leg, left hip, and the whole pelvis. And now feeling into the tailbone, the coccyx, very, very base of the spine. And feeling into the sacrum, the lower back, connecting pelvis to the lumbar region of the spine. And feeling up the back of the body now, into the thoracic cavity, the mid-region of the spinal cord, traveling all the way up to the base of the neck, and feeling all of the surrounding muscles on either side of the back of the body, the erectors. And feeling the weight of the left shoulder blade and the right shoulder blade. Feeling both shoulder blades simultaneously open and heavy, relaxed into the ground, deeply relaxing and resting. And feeling that space between the shoulder blades again. The heart space is open on the back of the body as well as the front of the body. And then opening up to the entire chest and torso. The entire upper body wide open with sensation and relaxation. And you could even imagine, just imagining that the sensation is opening up through the extremities, into the legs and the arms, the neck and the head. Sensation and vibration opening wide into the whole body, like a white radiant light, just opening up every cell, every atom, every fiber. The entire body wide open. And just feeling the entire body as one cell, one unit of radiant aliveness and sensation and vibration. And in this sensational and vibrational aliveness, could you just imagine that the body is like glowing light? The whole body is just glowing with sensation, and you could imagine that sensation is like dazzling white light. And then just feeling for a few moments the nature of the breath here, whether it's deep or shallow, whether it's slow or rhythmic. Just sensing into the breathing pattern, and imagine that on the next inhale, without changing the breath, without changing the inhale, just imagine that light in every cell of the body just glows a little bit brighter. And with each exhale, that light just softens a little bit. Each natural in-breath, that light of sensation in the whole body just grows a little bit brighter. And each exhale, that light just softens ever so gently. Like a glowing light bulb, a radiant dynamic sphere of sensation, glowing radiantly in the whole body. The whole body vibrating with sensation and relaxation. Emanating with light. And just once again, the white light, the imagining of light in the body, and as the body, sensation and vibration wide open. And then that whole visualization can just simply dissolve. The dissolving of edges, borders, boundaries. You could imagine that the body is now expanding in all directions. That the air on the skin is not separate from the skin. And that the body can feel expansive, open to the ceiling above and the ground below, and the walls on either side, on every side of the room. And you could further imagine the body expanding out even more, expanding beyond the walls, the ceiling, and the ground. All sensation dynamically pervading in all directions. To hear the faintest sounds in the farthest distance. And to feel all sensation of the entire environment. And then that openness and expanse can slowly, gently, imaginarily retreat back to the center of the body. Just relaxing back into the center of the body, the center of the chest, the center of the forehead, and feeling the arms and the legs, the chest and the back, the head and neck, shoulders. And feeling the whole body as it is now. No changing anything. Just the relaxation of the body as it naturally is. And if you enjoy the simple exercise of reciting a sankalpa, you might invite that back in now, again, just as it was introduced somewhat at the beginning of this exercise. If there is just simply an intention to presently be relaxed or comfortable or anything else, it can just recite itself now. I am relaxed. And as we very, very slowly, gradually come to the end of this session, we might just find ourselves very gently, slowly starting to move the body with little gestures, very small gestures into the fingers and the toes, waking up the body very slowly. You might start to flex the wrists and the ankles or rotate. And then those stretches might open up into the arms, the shoulders, the legs, the knees. And we might find ourselves rolling into a ball, curling up, or rolling to one side. Only slowly waking up the body until eventually we're ready to find a seated position. Opening the eyes gently, gently, letting in the light. And just noticing how you feel, taking time to bask in all of the chemicals, the hormones, and the neurotransmitters released during this session, allowing the body to absorb the fruits of this ancient healing practice called Yoga Nidra, and taking time to reintegrate into daily activity, as it were. So if it's evening or nighttime, or if it's morning or afternoon, just taking time to reintegrate into what happens next, so to speak. So, thank you so much for joining me on Zoom. Thank you for joining me on YouTube and watching this practice, this exercise. If you really enjoyed this and you want to share it with your friends, of course, go ahead. You might like to subscribe to this channel. I release videos each week. I'm leading more and more sessions every week as well. You can find all of this information on the website, which is in the chat box, the live chat replay box. You can follow me on Patreon, Facebook, and Instagram. Just type in YoQini Wellness with Alexis. It should come up. And if you feel moved to donate, you might like to know that half of the donations of today's practice will be going to Rainbow's Hospice for Children and Young People, which is a really wonderful charity, basically providing resources and activities and respite for children with disabilities and different abilities. And the rest will help me to pay my bills. So thank you so much, everybody. Lots of love. Namaste, and see you again soon.